Hey guys, I'm Bergeron out of the Academy in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm a brown belt under Greg Nelson and trained under Nate Homey. Today I have here with me Kelly Johnson, who's also a brown belt under Greg Nelson, and he's a very good competitor. He's competed and gotten medals, even golds at a lot of the IBJJF tournaments, even some of the absolutes, so I'm happy to have him here with me today. Today we're going to go over the cross choke from mount. I feel the cross choke is a very underutilized technique. I feel that a lot of people learn it early on in their jiu-jitsu career, but then disregard it as being ineffective because people are good at defending it, especially when you're not very good at executing the technique. So today I'm going to go over several little details in order to try to help you execute this technique and actually finish some people with it. So make sure you're paying attention. There's a lot of little stuff in here. All right, so I'm going to get the mount on Kelly here. Alright, so first thing I need to do is I need to get this hand in the collar. This one is usually easy to get in. People aren't too worried about the first grip being set. So when I'm here, I like to grab this top collar here. I'm going to rip it up and open and kind of give my hand an alley to go through. I'm going to go 4 fingers inside, palm up, all the way until my fist gets all the way to the ground, alright? I'm going to get that nice and tight, nice and snug to his neck. Now, some people will know maybe that you're good at a cross choke or they've been cross choked a lot and they don't want you to get even that first grip. So if he's hugging that collar nice and tight and I can't get in there past the hand, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to rip this open, take my fist and shove it inside the gi jacket and use that as a bypass to go around his hand and then pop my thumb out on the other side once I pass his hand here. Now the fist again is going to go through the floor. Another detail, when I do this, I want to lean to the right side. If I'm square over him and I go in and Kelly bucks, he's going to buck me off to the side, alright? So what I want to do, I want to make myself very heavy on the right side. I'm going to go here, lean to my right as I insert this hand. Alright, when I get that hand inserted nice and deep, I'm going to post on the mat and bring my right knee up, that same knee. This foot can stay behind. I want to make sure I'm hooking with my heel on his butt so that I have some sort of control so that he doesn't escape, alright? So when I'm here, I also want to be on my toes. If I'm flat-footed, I can get bucked backwards. But on my right toes right here behind Kelly, and you'll see this in another angle, I'm actually on my toes to give myself more of a base so I can take this hand and start attacking with it. Now there are a couple different grips you can use for the second grip. One, if I see it, there's a little space in this gi collar, I'm going to take my thumb here, I'm going to go inside the gi collar and put that to the ground and make a fist and actually grab the collar here. And when I'm here, Kelly's tucking his chin a little bit. So now I'm going to take my, in order to put my thumb in, I have to kind of have my knuckles facing out. Now I'm going to grip that and turn my knuckles in and set that on the neck. A lot of times that'll be enough to just get under the neck. If it's not, I'll show you another trick we can do later to try to pop his chin up. The other grip that I like to do, and this one is more common because guys will normally be hugging their collar tight, and I have no space to get that thumb in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for a wrinkle. See if Kelly leans up right here, there's a little wrinkle in his gi jacket. I'm going to look for that. So when I'm here and I'm playing around, right, I'm doing whatever I'm going to do, maybe threatening an arm bar, and I'm looking and I'm seeing that wrinkle right now. I'm not going to go and try to play with it and then grab it. I'm going to do my thing, look, see, bam, right to the wrinkle and grab it so he doesn't have time to defend, right? So I'm right here, bam, right there. When I get this, there are 2 different ways to finish as well. First, let's talk about getting the chin up. So Kelly tucks his chin, and this is a very important detail here. It is under the chin. A lot of people will sit here and they'll crank and they'll crank, and all you're doing is turning the inside of your partner's cheek into a hamburger. So what we're going to do in order to lift that chin, I'm going to apply downward pressure with my forearm, and I'm going to raise it up, kind of ratchet his chin up. Now when I get that chin raised, I'm going to break contact with his face and drop back down underneath the neck. And then I'm going to repeat this process. Going to squeeze, lift, drop until I get that neck nice and exposed. Then once I'm here, I can either square back up, put my head to the mat, and now bring my elbows to the ceiling. So what I'm doing, I'm here, my elbows are going to go to the ceiling. Another common mistake people do, they'll have this grip, they'll drop their forearms to the ground trying to do this, but if Kelly pushes on my elbows, yeah, he's going to make it very difficult for me to finish that technique. So I'm going to drop my forearm, my forward head to the ground, my elbows are going to go to the ceiling. Another little detail that you can do, go down, go up. If that's still not getting, I can pinch my shoulder blades and expand my chest, and that'll give just a little bit more space taken out of that, all right? The other way which again, this is my favorite. I don't like squaring up and putting my forehead to the ground very much, especially if I'm off of this angle. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull him up off the mat and pull him into me. And again, my elbows are gonna go behind me. I'm not doing this. They're gonna go behind me, okay? Let's look at this from another angle. So I'm in the mount position on Kelly here. Gonna rip this open, lean off to the right, so I'm very heavy on my right side, so I'm not gonna get bucked over there. Post and bring my knee up. And notice how I'm on my toes here, all right? I'm not flat-footed, or I'm gonna get bucked and thrown backwards. I'm on my toes, so I have a nice solid base, so this hand doesn't need to be so concerned about posting. So again, I'm here, maybe I'm threatening an armbar or whatever, I'm looking and I'm seeing that wrinkle right away, bam. Notice when I get this grip too, another point, I go over so I can get nice and deep. If I'm here and I grab, I can only get about this deep. If I'm over here, I can get a little bit deeper. The closer your hands are together in the back of Kelly's head here, the tighter this is gonna be. This is gonna be very tight. This is not gonna be very tight, okay? So I'm here, lean over, grab it, and sink back down. Drop my elbow, lift his chin, break connection, race back to get under that chin right there, all right? Now again, square up, elbows to the ceiling, and get the choke. Or, my personal favorite, pull him into me, get the choke right there, okay? So those are a few cool tricks to get the cross choke. A lot of little details, but if you do those correctly, it's very likely you're gonna get under that chin, get those grips set, be able to choke out your opponent. So give those a shot, all right? I'm gonna be posting a lot of these techniques of the week. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter so you can stay abreast as to what I'm doing and what I'm showing. So until then, keep repping out those techniques, keep working the cross choke, and I promise that in time it will work. So I will see you guys next week, and until then, keep training.